on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. And this is an exclusive Patreon only membership videos where you will get some interesting takes on Vedic astrology, some interesting learning on Vedic astrology, and a lot more secrets will be shared there. Aries Ascendant. February will see three most important movement of planets for you. First, there will be a Saturn combustion. Saturn will be combust on 5th of February. Therefore, 10th and 11th Lord will become combust. This is the time when you will have to use your knowledge, improve it, and capitalize it for your career growth. And this is the time when you will get good opportunity. But it might also mean that you may be said that you are overqualified, and that your knowledge, your experience can itself become a hurdle in your growth. Have patience. Second is Venus transit that will happen on the sign of Pisces. This is an exalted transit, so you can divide February in two parts. On 15th of February, Venus will move in Pisces. Therefore, this is the time when you will feel much more happier. Your personal life will grow. Your personal experience will become much more smoother. This will improve marital relationship, in fact any relationship, but this will also in turn increase your expenses. You might not realize that you are spending way more for what you want in life, because the sense that the gains are less than the expense will not be in the month of February. So this is a month where overspending, especially going with emotional flow and spending, has to be controlled. This is the time when students will face some difficulty, so you have to pay extra attention. Time management will be a problem for a lot of people, especially if you have a debilitated or a weak Saturn in your birth chart. On the other hand, there will be a swift movement of Mercury from Sagittarius to Aquarius. This movement of Mercury ensures that your actions towards solution of problems, your actions towards your career will become positive and will bring positive results, especially in banking and finance industry, communication, language, media, journalism, writing, and publishing. On the other hand, the Mars will stay in the sign of Taurus. Rahu will be on your ascendant and Ketu will be on your 7th house. So whatever decision you want to take, especially on the personal front, maybe you have to open up, maybe you have to discuss, or maybe you have to take the next step for your marriage, do it after 15th of February. Overall, February is going to be a month where energies will be much more casual in nature. So you should not be casual, you should be proactive, because lethargy, laziness, and procrastination will be the theme of February for Aries Ascendant. And if you're in Aries moon sign, this is going to affect you more. And you can enjoy, you can indulge into all sorts of enjoyment and romance and happiness, that's fine. But then you also have to focus on your karma, on your career. And otherwise, the situation and the problems will keep reminding you where you are supposed to focus. If your focus is everywhere, if your focus is on your prarabdha and also on the things that you want in your life, you will end up enjoying this month really well. Chanting Shani Bij mantra, fasting on Saturdays, and also praying to Bhagwan Narayan by chanting Vishnu Sahasranam are some of the ways by which you can make February a positive month for your personal life as well as professional life. Taurus Ascendant. Your ascendant and your 6th house are controlled by Venus, and Venus will be with Saturn in the beginning of the month of February. Therefore, you might feel uneasy, especially you have to take care of your health. This is the time when you will have to focus on hard work. You will have to get up and you have to face the fear, and you will become victorious. Hard work has no substitute in the month of February, but that doesn't mean that you will work hard relentlessly. You will have to bring in the smart work. Mercury will be in the 8th house, and after first week of February, Buddha, Mercury, which is your second lord, as well as your fifth lord will move into the ninth house. This will bring you the guidance, necessary data. Maybe you can get right information from the channels you follow or you pursue. That will allow you to settle down your mind, settle down your thoughts, and that guidance will help you, especially in your career. And also, this is going to be exceptionally good for people involved in trading, commerce, investments, banking and finance, and travel and tourism industry. On the other hand, Venus will become exalt after 15th of February. This is a good sign for Taurus ascendant and also Taurus moon sign, because your Venus was rigged with problems and now Venus will become exalt. It will have this conjunction with Jupiter in the sign of Pisces, and this is a good thing because this is your 11th house. So you can expect growth. Not only you will meet a lot of influential people who will make your life more and more comfortable, but you will also get proper healing, proper guidance. You will enjoy with your friends, and you may also begin a friendship that will go in the long way. This also means that marriage is on the cards, so you might meet your life partner if your horoscope is eligible for that. February is a month where the first half should be carefully scrutinized and each step should be taken with precaution, and the second half of February is where the results will follow, and you will see that the second half of February is much more smoother, lighter, and happier for Taurus ascendant and moon sign natives. On the other hand, you see that there is going to be a Sun and Saturn conjunction after 13th of February, and this Sun-Saturn conjunction is also crucial for you because Sun is your fourth lord, and when fourth house lord goes into the 11th house, this is when your asset will start creating money. This is a good thing because it will give you gains. You may gain assets, you may think of buying a car, you may think of buying a house. Any such idea that comes in your mind is going to bring fruitful results in the future, so you can plan for that. You can also change your house, you can also change your property, you can also think about reinvesting in your home, renovation. Businesses related to all these sectors will see some good boost, but yes, reforms are necessary. You will also see that without reforms, you won't move an inch. This is not the time to show ego. This is the time to be humble. When Sun and Saturn comes together and Venus is exalt, this is the transit of surrender. So if you surrender and move with the flow, February will bring a lot of positive energies to you. Chant Gayatri Mantra. Also, do Surya Namaskar, and if possible, wake up before sunrise. Gemini Ascendant. February is going to be a month of revelation. A lot of secrets will be revealed, especially because your Ascendant Lord, which is in 7th house in the sign of Sagittarius, will move into your 8th house. Also, from mid-February, Venus will become exalt. Venus is your 5th Lord, and it will become exalt. On the other hand, there will be a Sun and Saturn conjunction from 13th of February in your 9th house. So when your 5th Lord goes with Jupiter, your 9th Lord sits with your 3rd Lord and gets conjunct. This is the time when the conflict between brothers can arise, conflict in family related to finances, inheritance can arise, and this will also show you the true face of a lot of people. Don't be surprised if one of your friend proves and turns out to be not that great friend, and one of your enemies, which you thought is your enemy or maybe a bad person, turns out to be a really helpful person. These kind of twists and turns, but in the positive sense, is the theme of February 2023. You also have to understand that Mars is in your 12th house and Rahu is in your 11th. So this month, because Mercury will move from 7th, 8th and then in the 9th, there will be some worry related to investment. There you may feel financial insecurity and you will try to be over defensive. This is the month when the desperation to earn more can come in, but this desperation is good. This can give you new ideas which can push you to new source of income, change of job, growth. So the prospects opens. It's a positive month for you. But then you will have to take it positively. See, Mercury is a planet that does not like to be in 7th or 8th house because that is not the right place for this Buddha. Buddha's or Mercurian place is more in the Upachya house, where the transaction can happen, where the liquidity can happen. So this is a time when, because most of the money can be blocked, especially if you are going to invest in some place or you are going to lend your money, that can, take away the sleep, that can make you feel nightmarish in certain, if at all your horoscope is in a bad condition. But to a certain extent, your money can be blocked. So be very, very careful how you invest, how you plan to give your money. From the perspective of communication, you will have to be very clear on what you are speaking, because there is a very high chance that you can be misinterpreted. But come to the second half of February, all the revelation happens. Sun and Saturn conjunct happens. Your third and ninth lord comes together. So it is when you will start doing and understanding your dharma. So this is more like, on one side, the life teaches you. On the other side, you accept that teaching, and that is the ultimate expression, because you will start trying to negotiate with yourself, and you will yourself put you into the right path. So it will be you, your own guru, and recalibration of soul will happen. So you can say February is a month of soul realignment, but the second half of February is far more comfortable than the first half. Cancer Ascendant. Basically, the month starts with Moon and Mars conjunction in your 11th house, which is actually a positive conjunction. This is a time when you can think more about your career, you can think more about your growth, and you can think, in fact, you will be worried about your image and your reputation. So don't do anything that can spoil that. The month begins with Venus and Saturn in the 8th house and Mercury in the 6th. So you'll be more worried about your finances, about your investment, return of investment, and maybe the work pressure is so much that you are more inclined towards finding a way out. All this will get settled, or at least some hope will come in the month of February, because February will act as a month of transformation. This is also the time when most of your money should be invested in the right place. You can think about your financial security and the security of your family members. You might also be needed in the family of your in-laws. So that is also one area where you will have to show your presence. Overall, February is actually a good month for you. It's a month that will give you money, growth, happiness, but also it will be a month where you will be forced to keep secrets. You will see that you will not have anyone where you can share your heart, share your point of views, and people will not understand you. So it is better to just keep business as usual, keep moving in the right track. On the other hand, stay focused on your path and focus on the growth, because growth is the theme for February 2023. Chanting Vishnu Sahasranam and also chanting Shani Bij Mantra, Om Sham Shanashraya Namah, is going to be favorable for you. Leo Ascendant. In case of Leo, Saturn and Venus will aspect your ascendant by being in the 7th house. Now this is where you will have to be careful how you deal with the circumstance. Circumstantial situation will be such that can put you into a test, is as if the world is trying to judge you. This is the time when you have to show your capabilities, drop your ego, and do things for your relatives and loved ones, especially in your marriage. First, you will have to give, because the beginning of the month will see Sun in the 6th house. Also, you have to understand the flow of Mercury, Budh. Budh is very vital for you, because Budh is the Dhanabhav, the 11th and the 2nd house. And this Mercury goes from 5th, then to 6th, and then to 7th house. This trajectory of Budh goes and meets the Sun, and then it also meets the Saturn. Now this combination is where the consciousness is trying to understand the problems more. So this is the month where you can address your problems, you can address your concerns, and try to find a meaningful solution. Now around mid of February, Venus will also move in your 8th house. Venus will become exalt, but there will be only Saturn and Sun left in your 7th house. And with the Kendra only seeing the Mars, Saturn and Sun, this is the time to show your mettle, show your power, especially in your career. People looking for a career change will see some positive growth. If you're looking for an organization change, domain change, if you want to look out for competition. If you are in a competitive environment, like if you are in sales or if you are in marketing, you will see that the war that you are fighting will lead you to victory, but there is no relief. Now, this is not the transit or a month where things will be very soft and relieved, but this is the month to face the hardship and find a victory. This is like finding your true spot by facing the stiff competition, and then depending upon the circumstance, you are improvising, you have to adapt, and then you have to overcome. It is a good month. It's a month of hard work, it's a month of struggle, but it's a month of success. If you are suffering from any health condition that is associated with Mercury, you will have to be very, very careful. Don't eat sweet too much. Try to spread positivity and speak motivational words. Don't speak negative about anyone, especially in this month. And this is the time when you are available for the people who need your help. Also, for investment and especially for people who want to buy real estate, this can be a good time, but this is not a time when you can flex yourself the way you want. Maybe the investment that will come is going to bring in some compromise. So slow and steady wins the race, and the success is more like a ladder growth where you take one step at a time. There won't be any slingshot, but you will see one step at a time. Don't fight with your bosses, and you may expect some change in your organization or team that may bring you out of your comfort zone. So these changes are a part of February month, although very subtle, very small, yet impactful changes, and you have to face it. And once you face the competition, you will find victory. So take this month as a month where you can find the right spot for yourself. Virgo Ascendant. For you, Saturn and Venus will be in the 6th house and there will be Sun in the 5th. This is a good position, but this month will initially begin with worry from the financial side. The loans, the debts can trouble you, or maybe an upcoming expense can reduce your productivity, and because of you are thinking way too much. So the right way to handle this will be not to think way too much, but actually take some initiative towards solving this problem, solving the dispute. And the more grounded you are, the more patient you are, the better your decision will be, the better the outcome will be. Also, Mercury's position will be in the 4th house, and then after the first week, Mercury will enter the 5th house and join Sun. There will be a Buddhaditya Yoga in the 5th house, which means any task that requires academic intellect, for students, for philosophers, for thinkers, for writers, for professionals. After first week of February, the time is actually very good. Also, the Venus, which will be in the 6th house, will become exalt in the 7th and will join Jupiter after mid-February. So the second half of February seems to be full of happiness, joy and comfort. So it's actually a very good month for you. Initially, it wants you to apply all your analysis, all your intellect, focus on the problem, and then the solution comes, and then things become much more easier. But because of Venus and Jupiter being present in the 7th house, there will be two types of guidance coming your way. One is highly spiritual and evolved, and one is again an evolved yet material. So somehow you will have to bridge a balance. You will have to strike a balance and bridge between these two opposite forces of nature, Venus and Jupiter. And if you are successful in doing that, you don't need to worry at all. After 13th of February, Sun and Saturn will be in the 6th house, and that is when you must be careful. Because Sun is your 12th lord, there is a Viparit Raj Yoga, but Saturn is your 5th lord. So there can be health related issue, there can be unnecessary expense, especially towards your wishes. Maybe you want to buy something and you always wished for, maybe that is unnecessary. So be careful on that. And there can be expenses towards your children also. So it can be auspicious, it can be positive, and sometimes it can be forced and unwanted. So better be prepared from that angle. Libra Ascendant. Now in your case, Sun will be with Rahu and Ketu in the central houses. If you see, the first house has Ketu, 4th house has Sun, 7th house has Rahu, and 10th house don't have anything. Now this means that in the entire central houses, You have Rahu, Ketu and Sun, which means your reputation will be somewhat, you will have to work on, you will have to work on your image. You might see that you will be working hard in the month of February, but the recognition, the appreciation may not come exactly the way you want. But Sun and Venus in the 5th ensures that whenever you will work hard, whenever you will work with full dedication and commitment, doesn't matter whether it is your career, it is your house or it is your study, you will get positive results. Also, on the other hand, the month will begin with Mars and Moon in the 8th house. So you will have to be careful towards your health, towards your lifestyle, towards your investments. Also, this is the month where you will try to be more secure. You will try to create more and more financial security for yourself. So you can look out for insurances and you can look out for financial schemes where you can invest for long term. Remember, this has to be long term. Now, from mid-February onwards, you will see that there will be a Sun and Saturn conjunction in the 5th, whereas Venus will become exalt in the 6th. Now, on one hand, this Venus and Jupiter conjunction in 6th talks a lot about your comfort coming your way, especially if you are debt-ridden, if you are facing a lot of disputes, if you are facing diseases, you will see a lot of remedies coming your way. But then, Sun and Saturn in the 5th talks about accepting all possibilities, digesting the truth, and accepting the limitations that will also be given alongside the results. So if you are doing things within your boundary, if you are accepting that results, and if you are not forcing yourself and breaking yourself, rather you are trying to be flexible yet firm, you will see that you will get a lot of success and opportunities in the month of February. Just that you should not fight with your father, you should not fight with your guardian, supervisors. You should be very kind towards children, and if we talk about your own children, you will have to be very sensitive towards them. Your words can affect them in a negative way and in a positive way. So use constructive communication. And once you use constructive communication and once you realize the truth, the first half will be more of realization and working towards your own self and for your own existence, for your own passion, for your own career. And the second half will be accepting the realization and the result and then enjoying your life in a relaxed manner. Solutions will come in the month of February. Scorpio Ascendant. For you, the month will begin with a Mars and Moon conjunction in the 7th house, which talks a lot about your focus on your surroundings. So you will have to get adjusted to the people around you. You have to listen to them. You have to listen to the advices. Even the criticism that comes your way should not be confronted with a negative intention. Rather, try to take it as a feedback. Saturn and Venus on the 4th also wants you to give up your comfort zone and work towards what you dream of. Work towards your desire. Also, if you see that for the first half of February, Sun will be in the 3rd house, which means it wants you to take the initiatives. It is the king's courage. So you may have to take some bold steps, some bold initiative, and you must have that confidence within you. But overconfidence should not be considered. And then in the second half, Sun will be in the 4th house along with Saturn, which means that if the decision that you have taken is well thought, well calculated, the second half will be actually good. You will have that peace of mind. But if that decision was out of ego, was out of revenge, was out of anger, then you will regret that decision and you will have confrontations in your home. You will have problems with your family members, especially the supervisor in the office, the father, the grandfather. It's better not to, go to that path. Be humble, be grounded, and Scorpio will see a very positive and a month that can bring major changes in life. Just that you will have to be very careful in your marriage, in relationship, how you communicate. Your communication should not show a sense of superiority, but it should show that you are one on one, you are 1:1, and you are trying to help the people around you as much as you can. Drop your ego and the month will be beneficial for you. Sagittarius Ascendant. The month of February begins with Mercury in the first house. So it's a very positive note because Mercury and Jupiter rules your Kendra, the central houses, and they both are in the Kendra, square from each other. So they will support you to fulfill your wishes. This is the month where you can get a lot of guidance. So do a lot of mantra chanting, do a lot of analysis, and do a lot of study so that can improve your knowledge, that can improve your possibilities, especially in your career. With Sun in the second house, your voice will be very much effective. But be very, very careful about the commitments that you make in the month of February, because Sun will make its move to Aquarius around 13th of February and will meet Saturn, and then your words will have to be converted into actions. So only commit what you can. With Saturn, Sun being in the third house, this is the time when you can bring in reforms in your life. But before 13th of February, there is a Saturn and Venus conjunction in the third house, which means that initially you will try to work towards your wishes because Venus rules your 11th house. It's a good time to take initiatives related to your career, to your job, and the work that you will do with full passion and full commitment will come to a positive result. The month begins with a Vipareet Rajyog of Moon, and Moon connection with Mars in the 6th house gives you a strong possibility of converting the negative into positive. So you can expect this month to be highly positive and highly motivating. Just that you have to be very practical because the flow of Mercurian energy is from 1st to 2nd to 3rd. So ultimately what you think, your thoughts must be converted into actions. On the other hand, laziness may be a problem, letharginess and lack of commitment to yourself can make you delay, and those delays can further cascade into different areas of life. On the other hand, if you see, Rahu being in the 5th can increase your desire, your appetite, and you would want to consume. This consumption can be of knowledge, this consumption can be somebody trying to praise you, this consumption can be a feed to the ego. So be very careful whether your ego is being inflated during this time. Remember, Sun and Saturn conjunction can actually be very difficult for you because Sun rules your 9th house. Dharma has to be followed. But overall, this shows that you will do the right thing, you will get the right guidance, and if you are going slow and you are not rushing, you are practical and grounded, you will see that February will give you the right advice and will put you into the right direction. Capricorn Ascendant. Now in your case, Sun will be in the first house and Saturn and Venus will be in the second house. So this is the time when you will have to focus on your personality as well as how do you convey that personality, how you talk, how you define your communication here. You must do fast on a Saturday and especially try to donate food on Saturdays. After mid of February, Venus will move in your third house and Venus will become exalt. So this is a positive formation because Venus rules your powerful houses. Venus is the ruler of your 5th house and Venus is also the ruler of your 10th house. So this shows that knowledge will improve, career will improve, your initiatives taken will be in the positive direction. Just that you will have to face your family, you might have to face people who love, and you might have to convince them. This is not the time to be rebellious and fight against, but this is the time to go hand in hand. The more humble you are, the better the month of February will be for you. If you see the trajectory of Mercury, Mercury will be from the 12th to 2nd. So it is going to bring money to home. It is going to convert losses into gains, and that is a good thing. But maybe the disease of a family member, maybe the health of your spouse or somebody who is close to you may trouble your mind. So you need to keep your calm and be available for people who help you. Overall, it is a very positive month for you, especially considering the Mars and Moon beginning. The beginning of the month has a Mars and Moon conjunction in the 5th house. So eat right, eat well, try to avoid any unhygienic food and try to focus on your lifestyle so that you are not facing any gastrointestinal or stomach related problems. But overall for Capricorn, it is a month of growth, success and fame. Aquarius Ascendant. In case of Aquarius Ascendant, you will see that your focus in the month of February will be more towards yourself, your own happiness, your discomforts, and your own home. So thus this month's theme is more about restructuring your own identity, trying to find true love with yourself. This is the month where you appreciate your own existence and you start appreciating all the good that you have done. This is also the time to address your mistakes and try to correct them. This month will also draw your attention towards your own house, maybe the renovation, maybe you want to buy a property. So there can be such initiatives or expenses that may come your way because of February 2023. Also, the position of Mercury will be such that it will move from 11th to the 1st. So definitely it talks about the wish fulfillment that will happen, but obviously at a cost. And if you are ready to pay the cost, maybe you want to buy something, it may be costly, maybe you want to pursue your career, pursue your passion, then this may come with a cost. You may have to quit your job. Also, the environment at home may be difficult for you and it may make you rethink about your career. So that is also one angle that you must think. Your mind will be more active during the night, so you have to take care of your sleep, because if the sleep gets disrupted, then the lethargy will come in and the health related issues will also come into picture. February 2023 should be used to visit a lot of temples for a lot of prayers, especially if you go to a Shiva temple or even if you can go to Bhagwan Ganesha temple, it will be great. This is a month where you will work on yourself and you will start focusing on your own personal growth, not only on the soft skills, but also on something that can be long lasting and that can take you into the long run, and that can make you walk the longer mile, especially in your career. And if you're a student, this is the time to quit all the comfort, quit watching TV. This is the time to focus only on education. This month will be a month that will build the platform for the future. Pisces Ascendant. For you, this month will bring in more commitment, more initiatives, and also more expenses. But these expenses are not really an expense, but maybe an investment. If you see, the 8th Lord Venus will be in the 12th house. 11th Lord Saturn will be in the 12th house. But that's the zone of Saturn and Venus, because Aquarius is the zodiac of Saturn and 12th house is a house which Venus loves. So definitely something is focusing by the 12th house. So donate as much as you can. Let go of negative thoughts, because until your cup is empty, you won't be able to fill in with new things. And Mars and Moon in the 3rd, in the beginning of February, talks a lot about what can enter. The positive can enter your life. But for that, negative must go out. Even when the situation is adverse, Venus is creating a Vipreet Raj Yoga here. So you must ensure that you are allowing the opportunities to come your way, and the situation might be tough, but a tough situation will give you positive and a much better result, much better than what you can anticipate. Again, the Kendra 1, 4, 7 and 10 will see Jupiter and Mercury, and this power, this position of Jupiter and Mercury will give you greater opportunities, especially Mercury being in the 10th house. For people who are in communication, IT, software, journalism, media, writing, or any other Mercurian field will see great boost. And if you are exporting your services, if you are exporting your goods and products, you will see that will also see a positive trend in the month of February. For Pisces, you will have to keep track of your mind, of your emotions. And for this entire month of February, whenever Moon will be with Ketu and Saturn, don't make any major decision. Keep track of your expenses and try to donate what you don't use. If you do that, you will see that the February will be a very positive, uplifting and a month of detoxification for you.